had a lot of fun the last couple of days on social media. And as I've done here in the last couple of days, I've tweeted screenshots of number of newspaper websites in which Hillary, for now going over 4 years, has referred to the 2016 election as, quote, stolen, close quote, has referred to President Trump as, quote, illegitimate, close quote. She said this both before and after the Senate intel report on the extent of Russian interference. And the intel report said that despite their efforts, zero evidence that Russia changed any vote tallies. Zero evidence that Russia changed any vote tallies. Jeh Johnson, Obama's Secretary of Homeland Security, said the same thing under oath. No evidence whatsoever that vote tallies were changed. Yet according to a YouGov poll, 66% of Democrats believe the Russian tampered with vote tallies. Tampered with vote tallies is how they phrased it. Now, as to whether the Russian interference changed the outcome of the election, the intel report found we couldn't tell one way or the other whether or not Russia changed the outcome of the election. We can't tell whether or not Russia, primarily with their Facebook ads, changed how people were going to vote. We couldn't tell one way or the other. Well, 78% of Democrats, 78%, believe that Russian interference changed the outcome of the election, despite the intel community saying we have not reached a conclusion one way or the other. Now, Hillary, once again, for 4 years, has referred to this man, President Trump, as illegitimate, as the election as having been stolen. John Lewis, a so-called good trouble, the late John Lewis, called President Trump illegitimate, boycotted his inaugural, as did, by the way, 25% of the Democrat congressional delegation. And John Lewis never attended any of his State of the Union speeches. Now, again, the intel community has determined that there is no evidence whatsoever that Russia was successful in changing any vote tallies, yet 66% of Democrats believe that they were. And the intel community says we've reached no conclusion one way or the other about whether or not the attempt by Russia through disinformation changed the outcome of the election, yet 78% of Democrats believe that it did. Hillary has not been shut down by Facebook for promoting the big lie. This is apples to apples. You have two presidential candidates, each of whom was determined to have lost, each of whom said that the election was quote-unquote stolen. Only one, however, has been called the big liar. The other one kicks back. Book tour, speeches, appearances on TV, uses the word stolen, rolls right out of the mouth. Nobody says a damn thing. And people's heads are exploding because people on the left have never thought of this. You know, water's wet, sky's blue, Donald Trump's illegitimate, right? Never mind what the intel community said. Never mind what Jeh Johnson said. It's an obvious contradiction. And the response is, I'm Larry Elder.